After killing Mace Windu, Darth Sidious turned and regarded Anakin Skywalker. Finally, the supposed Chosen One, who had come from Tatooine as a boy standing at a vergence in the Force, trained as a Jedi Padawan burning with raw power, had arrived exactly where Sidious needed him to be. Anakin Skywalker was completely isolated, unable to ever return to the Jedi Order after serving as an accomplice to the murder of Mace Windu. In desperation, Anakin had sacrificed everything, perfectly walking in the path of the Sith by destroying everything close to him. Sidious was pleased, as everything had gone exactly according to his plans. Naming his new apprentice Darth Vader, Sidious demanded that Vader demonstrate his allegiance through action, and commanded him to destroy the Jedi Temple and all those inside it. Vader performed incredibly, much to Sidious' satisfaction. The temple's younglings, knights, and masters were butchered by Vader's blade. Simultaneously, Sidious executed Order 66 through his grand army, and felt immense pleasure as the power of the dark side grew with each Jedi death. When he visited the ruins of the Jedi Temple, observing the fruits of his labors firsthand, he praised Vader's accomplishments. Sidious complimented Vader that his skills were unmatched by any Sith Lord before him, and the two parted ways, with Vader journeying to Mustafar in order to kill the Separatist Council members. Unbeknownst to the Council members or Vader, Sidious left the comm channel to Mustafar open after speaking with Newt Gunray, so he could watch the carnage himself. He was excited to see Vader arrive, as the council members' faces turned from surprise to bewilderment to fear. Sidious watched as they ran from Vader, screaming as Vader killed them one by one. Afterwards, he was greatly impressed with Vader's power, and was pleased that the conflict of the Clone Wars was finally over. At this point, Obi-Wan and Yoda had learned of their treachery and raced to confront the two Sith Lords. While Sidious was able to force his duel with Yoda to a stalemate, or in his eyes, a victory, something happened that Sidious could not have foreseen. While everything regarding the war and Anakin's turn to the dark side had gone exactly as Sidious had planned, Vader's shocking defeat on Mustafar was something he did not believe possible. Racing to Mustafar after sensing that Vader was in danger, Sidious found his apprentice badly burned and mutilated on the lava bank. As he made his way down to Vader's mangled body, Sidious wrestled with anger, disappointment, and indecision. A part of him considered leaving Vader to die there as punishment for his failure to defeat Kenobi. However, he ultimately decided that after spending the last 13 years grooming Anakin to become Sith, letting him die would simply be a waste. Returning to Coruscant, Sidious used everything at his disposal to keep Vader alive. Surprisingly, he thought that perhaps he held a sliver of affection for his new apprentice, something he had never felt for Maul or Dooku. He thought that perhaps it was due to Vader's potential in the Force, and he knew that he would never find an apprentice as powerful as Vader. To effectively replace him, Sidious knew that he would have to learn to bend the midichlorians as Darth Plagueis had, and create a being of his own design as Darth Plagueis failed to do. Sidious reasoned that those two tasks would be almost impossible, and that it would be more realistic to try to keep Vader alive. While Sidious was greatly disappointed with Vader's transformation into a cyborg encased in armor, he did find pleasure in the fact that Vader was now reborn from complete agony. Not only was the process of his transformation incredibly painful, but Vader also suffered through Padme's death. Sidious enjoyed that his new apprentice would be molded and reborn by pain and suffering, ready to herald in the age of the First Galactic Empire.
So, I think that this is really interesting information because a lot of the times whenever I make videos talking about like Vader's suit or how Palpatine limited it and made Vader still weak and stuff like that, on purpose. Some people think that it was always Palpatine's plan for Anakin to be defeated and then burned on Mustafar so he could trap him in the suit. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Palpatine wanted, like, prime, powerful Anakin as his apprentice. And it does get a little tricky because Palpatine wanted to live forever, and he didn't want to follow the traditional rule of two where the apprentice kills the master, and then the cycle goes on and on. I mean, full potential Anakin definitely could have killed Sidious and just become the Sith Master. But Palpatine did not plan for Anakin to become burned and in the armor or whatever. He was actually super disappointed that that happened. And so much so that he even considered just leaving him on Mustafar to die and finding a new apprentice. And they have conversations like that even in some of the Legends books, like Dark Lord, The Rise of Darth Vader. Palpatine is like super pissed that Vader is full of self-pity, and he's basically just like sad throughout the whole book. You know, Vader asks him, like, are our faces the faces of victory? And Palpatine just gets super pissed off, and he's like, he says that they're not crude matter, they're luminous beings or whatever, like the same thing that Yoda says. He basically tells Vader, like, you should be happy that Yoda didn't come, because Yoda would have just killed you. Obi-Wan, like, left him alive. So, no, Palpatine was super pissed that, you know, Anakin got destroyed and then he had to be in this armor. It was not what he was looking for. And George Lucas even talks about that too, how basically Palpatine didn't want this apprentice that was, you know, in this life support armor, and with Luke, he saw a better version, like a younger version of Anakin that wasn't in the armor or whatever, and, you know, could have become incredibly powerful. The whole concept of Palpatine being pissed about Vader's injury and stuff, it's very interesting. That's why I just wanted to share some of this information, because I thought it was pretty cool. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and may the Force be with you.